We're doing Genesis chapter 37, Joseph's dreams. Jacob lived in the land where his father had stayed, in the land of Canaan. This is on the account of Jacob's family line. Joseph, a man of 17, was tending to the flocks with his brothers, his sons of Bilhah and the sons of Zilpah, and his father's wives, and he brought their wives, and he brought their father a bad report about them. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other sons, because he had been born to him in his old age, and he made him an ornate robe for him. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than any of them, they hated him so they could not speak a kind word to him. Joseph had a dream, and when he told his brothers, they hated him all the more. He said to them, "Listen to the dream I had. We were binding sheaves, a grain out of our field, when suddenly a sheaf rose and stood upright. All your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." His brother said to him, "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" And they hated him more because of his dreams and what he had said. Then he had another dream, and he told it about to his brothers. "Listen," he said, "I had another dream, and this time it was the sun and the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me." When he told his father, as well as his brothers, his father rebuked him and said, "What is this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come bow down to the ground before you?" His brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Joseph is sold by his brothers. Now his brothers had gone to graze their father's flocks in Shechem, and Israel said to Joseph, "As you know, your brothers are grazing the flocks near Shechem. Come, I am going to send you to them." "Very well," he replied. So he said to him, "Go and see if all I can't speak. Go and see if all is well with your brothers and with the flocks, and bring word back to me." Then he sent them off to the valley of Hebron. When Joseph arrived at Shechem, a man found him wandering around the fields and asked him, "What are you looking for?" He replied, "I'm looking for my brothers. Can you tell me where they are grazing the flocks?" "They have moved from here," the man answered. "I heard them say, 'Let's go to Dothan.'" So Joseph went to his brothers, and he found them near Dothan. But they saw him in the distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. "Here comes the dreamer," they said to each other. "Come now, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns, and say that the ferocious animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams." When Reuben heard of this, he tried to rescue him from their hands. "Let's not take his life," he said. "Don't shed any blood. Throw him into the cistern here in the wilderness, but don't lay a hand on him." Reuben said this to rescue him from them and take him back to his father. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, and the ornate robe he was wearing, and they took him and threw him into the cistern. The cistern was empty, and there was no water in it. As they sat down to eat their meal, they looked up and saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead. Their camels were loaded with spices, balm, and myrrh, and they were on their way to take them down to Egypt. Judah said to his brothers, "What will we gain if we kill our brother and cover up his blood? Come, let's sell him to the Ishmaelites, and I'll lay our hands on him. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood, his brothers agreed. So when the Midianite merchants came by, his brothers pulled Joseph up the cistern and sold him to 20 shekels, for 20 shekels of silver, and to the Ishmaelites, who took him to Egypt. When Reuben returned to the cistern and saw that Joseph was not there, he tore his clothes. He went back to his brothers and said, "That boy isn't there. Where can I turn now?" Then they got Joseph's robe, slaughtered a goat, and dripped the robe in blood. They took the ornate robe back to their father and said, "We found this. Examine it and see whether it's your son's robe." He recognized it and said, "It is my son's robe. Some ferocious animal has devoured him. Joseph has surely been torn into pieces." Then Jacob tore his clothes, put on sackcloth, and mourned his son for many days. All of his sons and daughters came to confront him, but he refused to be comforted. "No," he said, "I will continue to mourn until I join my son in the grave." So his father wept for him. Meanwhile, the Midianites sold Joseph in Egypt for Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials, and the captain of the guard. Alright, that's it. If you like that, cool. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.